Alright. Hello and welcome to Saturday Morning Smackdown, the show where two unqualified friends discuss which fictional characters to kick each other's ass. I'm your host, Anthony Rota. To my left is my co-host,
William Dorsey.
Alright, let's get into it.
Let's get in.
Alright, so, the two characters. What are we doing first? Are we doing Spike vs. Han Solo?
Spike vs. Han Solo is first on the
Spike
list.
Spiegel versus Han Solo. They appear on opposite ends in the end zones of a standard American-sized football field. They deem each other a threat, and then they fight. I think Spike.
Let's think about this real quick. What's the most impressive thing that Han Solo actually does in Star
Here's
Wars?
my thing.
Well, you pointed out before there's the whole thing where like he can dodge like blaster shots.
But that's kind of bullshit.
I think that they've done the scientific aspect of it where it's like he shouldn't be able to, but I think in universe
he can. But like all I'm saying,
no, I think in universe, yeah, he can since like they're supposed to be slower.
If he can dodge a blaster bolt, he can't dodge a bullet. But if Han Solo can dodge a blaster bolt, then Spike can.
Exactly, yeah.
But here's my thing. I think Han Solo is definitely. I think right off the bat this becomes a gunfight.
You know something we hadn't considered?
What have we not considered?
Spike's main thing is moving like water, right? And that would be especially effective against a blaster.
Technically, it's Bruce Lee's main thing.
But no, like, there was the episode where he's got to train the guy on the planet, right?
Yeah, he would duck out of the way. I think if they're on opposite ends of the football field and right off the bat, from that distance, they take their guns out and shoot each other. My thing, okay, just starting from scratch, I think if they get into a quick draw situation, Han Solo's faster and probably more accurate with a gun, because that's his whole thing. But I think Spike could tank a blaster bolt and be fine.
Well, that's the
and still hit Han Solo with a fucking bullet, which would kill him, and he can't dodge that.
There's the whole thing where, like, Star Wars blaster bolts, even though in the movies you see, like, stormtroopers, like, flop over, most people survive, yeah.
Well, that's because of the stormtrooper's armor. But, like, if you get shot in the gut with
even,
a blaster
like, normal
bolt,
people, like, we don't think about this enough, but you do realize that in The Force Awakens, Kylo Ren takes a Wookiee, like, crossbow, like, whatever they're called, like, the sci-fi crossbow, to the chest.
Bowcaster.
Bowcaster, thank you.
Actually, it's called a Wookiee Bowcaster.
Fuck off. Wait, in Cowboy Bebop, do they have, like, sci-fi guns, or is it literally just
No, it's just regular guns.
It's literally just a pistol.
Well, Spike's ship has a big plasma cannon.
It's true. Wait. Do
we want to talk about them with ships? Talk about it after.
Okay. Yeah, after this
I've
one,
come
like,
to
Millennium Falcon
one
versus...
I've come to the conclusion now. That's not important right now. I think Spike can tank a blaster bolt and hit Han Solo with a gun. If it does get hand-to-hand combat, it's not even fair.
The thing is, I think Han Solo could shoot Spike, but number one, I think that Spike could dodge out of the way.
I think if
Han Solo can't dodge a fucking bullet.
he moves his neck. But what if Spike says McClunky before he shoots?
He's got him.
If they have distance and they get into a shootout, I think Spike can take the bullet or can dodge and shoot him. And if they're close up and do a quick draw,
but we said they're at opposite ends of a standard.
Yeah, but do they run at each
field.
other? That's not. They don't like shoot from that distance.
Yeah, they would. There'd be some sort of lead up where they would.
They'd probably get closer to each other. I don't think you see any universe where Han Solo wins.
So on the American football field, is there like any form of like rubble or something or it's just a clear football field? So
it's just a football field.
Behind, yeah. I don't think Han Solo. I don't think he can dodge a bullet unless you get into fan theories where he's a Jedi or something like that.
Well, he is.
Let's put in a hypothetical where like Spike is shot by a blaster, though. I think he would survive.
Spike's a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like he gets put in a full body cast twice.
We're not even talking about he's pushed out of a window like 2 or 3 times during the series. So I mean,
I'm pretty sure he takes a grenade before that too. And
he was already like destroyed.
And he's free flown in space. Like he just and flies in space and fucking holds his breath, which is the most badass thing ever.
That's a cool scene. But anyway. Yeah, I think this one has to go to Spike on this one.
KO!
Do we want to talk about the ships?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Hot take. This is a hot take. Han Solo's probably a better pilot than Spike. We can agree on that. But if they're both in the ship, Spikes and Swordfish, are they on an American football field still? If Spikes and Swordfish...
Let's just say, like,
no, they're not.
Space.
They're just
let's just say vacuum in space. Whatever.
If Spike is in Swordfish... The Swordfish.
We're already breaking the formula. It's episode 1 and we're breaking the formula.
And Han Solo's in the Millennium Falcon. Han Solo cannot win.
Why? I'm actually interested to hear.
Okay. For the Millennium Falcon to be completely battle ready, it needs 4 people. It needs a pilot, co-pilot, and 2 people for the turrets. If it's just Han Solo in the pilot seat, nobody's manning the guns. And I don't think the Millennium Falcon has any other guns. I might have torpedoes. I'm saying, like, 2 shots from Spike's plasma cannon, the Millennium Falcon's toast.
It's also much more movable, because I think what kind of makes it unfair is the fact that we're using, like, their specific ships. The sword, like, if it was, like, Millennium Falcon versus the Bebop or something like that, it's not even a competition.
Yeah, but
the
fact
Bebop
that doesn't have any weapons.
The fact that it's, like, the Millennium Falcon, which is just, like, a normal-ass ship.
But that just happens to have guns.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just
versus Spike ship that's...
It's literally just if you tape their rocket launcher to, like, a Boeing airplane.
Yeah, it's not a competition.
It's for hauling goods, isn't it?
What is?
The Millennium Falcon. It's like a...
So is the Bebop.
It's a hauling for... No, the Bebop's a fishing ship.
It's a fishing ship, but it's still...
fucking idiot.
If you go by Rebels, they're fishing for space whales.
So Han Solo beats... They do fish for space whales, you're right. Mm-hmm. So Han Solo beats... Fuck, I can't sock. Spike beats Han Solo.
I can't sock.
Spike beats Han Solo in every situation because Han Solo is a stupid character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just for the viewers at home, whoever wins is the better character.
KO!
Okay, so it's Roku versus Yoda.
Roku.
I'm actually excited for this.
This is canon Yoda. This is not Legends Yoda. This is canonical Yoda.
We're gonna make that, like, differentiated thing because we've had ideas where, like,
there will be Star Wars. Okay, there will be Star Wars characters, and we will clarify if it is the Legends version or the canon version.
Because as soon as you get into Legends, it's just complete bullshit.
Just for everyone at home, look up Obi-Wan can move black holes. It's a thing. I don't like it. You can do it. Okay,
Roku
Yoda versus Roku.
Or Roku versus Yoda.
So they appear, and then they deem each other a threat.
Mm-hmm. I do want to bring up one thing.
What do you have to bring up?
Roku is limited in his bending to fire and earth. I just want to, like, bring that up real quick.
Why?
Well, because if it's on a standard American football field, he has the earth beneath him, and then he has his fire bending.
Well, there's air.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah.
And
the only thing it's
take water from plants.
That's actually a good point. If it's like grass and stuff like that on it, he can...
Is
that a rare ability?
No, I don't think that's rare.
It's brought up later on in that episode that it's like...
I don't think that's rare because
uncommon.
I've said it before. We don't see... Most of the waterbenders we see are surrounded by water.
That's what I was about to say.
If someone
There's
like
not
Roku,
really much greenery.
Someone like Roku who goes around the world probably encounters much more...
Have you ever seen him,
stuff.
like, use that?
No, but I don't think it's out of the question.
I don't think it is either. If it comes up, it comes up.
Also, American football fields, they have the sprinklers. So you can get the water from those.
That's a bit of a stretch.
That's not a stretch. That's perfect.
Anyway, Roku versus Yoda. And now that I think about it, we may have had to. But Legends Yoda might be too much for
It's not Legends Yoda. It's canon Yoda.
I know. I'm saying, like, maybe this was a bit too easy. Okay, let's think about what happens, though.
No, hear me out.
Okay, wait.
What's your question?
This is going to piss you off.
What?
Does Yoda take out his lightsaber?
Yoda does have to use his lightsaber because he would. I hate it, but he would. So this is like prequel Yoda.
Oh, he's gotta kill him.
I hate it. Yes, Yoda would use his lightsaber. Mm-hmm. I think a lightsaber is a very powerful thing, but I think Roku will keep him at bay. Especially if you watch the episodes with Roku, he uses airbending a lot. He actually uses airbending more than firebending in his episodes. And so I think also Roku's so much destructive capability.
I'm going to bring this up real quick. I just think this is like a cool exercise to, like, for when we get deeper into this.
Avatar state.
It was an Avatar state I was going to bring up. It's like, what can Yoda do to counter each of the elements? So, like, if Roku throws a big rock at him, Yoda's got his lightsaber.
No, if Roku throws a big rock at him.
Let me finish.
No.
Let me finish. He can either use his lightsaber, or there's the classic scene where, like, he holds it up with a rock, that he actually does that same thing in Attack of the Clones. Right? So he can do that.
You know what else he does in Attack of the Clones? He uses his lightsaber.
George
Lucas, why'd you do it?
Picturing it is so wrong.
Okay, let's continue on.
Anyway, if he, like, shoots... Okay.
If anybody's listening and thinks Yoda using a lightsaber is cool, don't listen to episode 2. Don't ever listen to our podcast again.
We don't want you here. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. You know
that
this
was a joke. We want you here. Please watch it.
Please.
Or listen.
Please. You know how the scene in Rebels where Kanan is like...
Yeah, you can stop fire.
In the scene in Rebels, Kanan is like about to... Like, there's the explosion. He's able to hold it back with the Force. So we know that's something you can do with the Force.
He can stop all the elements with the Force. Mm-hmm. But Roku...
Yoda's a lightning bender.
No, he's not.
He shoots lightning.
He does Tucumanus that one time. Can you Tucumanus fire? Roku destroyed the entire Fire Lord Palace with one air bending attack.
There's also the badass scene where he's literally, like, holding off a fucking volcano. But...
Yeah. Roku is a powerhouse.
Underrated fucking scene. That's a cool, that's just a cool concept in general. Like, oh yeah, I've got a. It's favorite fight in Avatar: Roku versus the volcano.
Aang fights a volcano too.
It's not the same.
We also, why did Aang destroy the volcano, but Roku had so much trouble? I guess he was old Roku.
I was about to say, it says like end of his life. Literally end.
Was Roku like controlling Aang and taking revenge on the fucking volcano in that episode?
That's why. If you went into the Avatar state, does he go into the Avatar state?
He doesn't. I don't think he didn't have the Avatar state at that time. It was season 1.
You're right.
Roku also Avatar state Roku.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Here's the thing. Here's my.
I think Yoda might stand a chance, but when he goes into Avatar state, it's over.
On a rank, if Roku is smart about it and looks at this guy with a fucking glowing stick and goes, "I shouldn't touch that," and keeps it a ranged battle, then that's it. But then again, I also feel like if Yoda can get in, which he can because he's agile as fuck for some reason, I think if Yoda gets in close combat, it's over. Because a lightsaber, Yoda with a lightsaber, because apparently he's supposed to be fucking best at it, he's doing flips like a little rubber ball. I think if they get close combat, Yoda takes it. My question is just, do you think Yoda could get in on Roku?
Here's what I would say. What it comes down to in my mind is Yoda probably wouldn't use his lightsaber until he has to, right? So it depends on if you go by the prequels or not.
Did you watch the prequels?
Let's go by Clone Wars Yoda.
He still uses it in Clone Wars.
Well, yeah, but it's like they write him a lot better in my opinion.
We don't really see Yoda like fighting Dooku and shit.
Well, like in the first episode of Clone Wars, it's like him directing clones, and I think he uses lightsaber like he never kills anyone with his lightsaber except for like droids. He always just takes it out like only when it's necessary.
Yeah. Also, like this is a big pet peeve I have when they go like they're like, oh, Chancellor Palpatine might be a Sith Lord. He could be the strongest one ever, and they took like 4 Jedi, and only one of them's like a competent Jedi. Mm-hmm. Why didn't they just show up with all of them?
Why didn't they show up with... If they were like, oh yeah, he's the Sith Lord, why didn't fucking Yoda go?
Yeah, what was Yoda doing?
What was he doing?
Wait. What? They were like, Mace Windu's like, can I do this? And they're like, okay, I guess okay.
What was Yoda so busy? Was he really that busy with the Wookiees that he couldn't just like show up?
I forgot he was with the Wookiees.
Like, I don't know, man. These guys are a real handful.
I gotta hang out with Chewbacca.
Can I also talk about how like that's just stupid?
I think that's fine.
It's a bit too fan servicey for me.
A bit too
I get
fan
it, but it's a bit.
It's fine.
It's a bit much.
I like Chewbacca.
I like Chewbacca, but I didn't need to see him.
Chewbacca's in. Have you ever noticed that whenever they go to Kashyyyk in any Star Wars medium, they put Chewbacca in it because he's old enough to do that?
Who else would you put in Kashyyyk? You go to the Wookiee planet. Who do you want to see there?
What's his son?
No! I gotta see Lumpy. I gotta see Lumpy while I'm at fucking Kashyyyk.
Alright, let's stay back on track.
Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh,
Roku versus Yoda.
Roku versus Yoda.
I think if Yoda gets in close, over.
What I was gonna say is it comes down to...
My question is, can Roku keep him at bay?
Well, my question...
Hit him with a big rock.
Well, my question is, can...
Does Yoda... fucking hitting a frog with a big rock.
Do you know what happens? What? Yoda gives up halfway through the fight and then goes into exile. We're pissing off all the prequel fans. Yoda, I think what it comes down to is Roku, for all intents and purposes, wouldn't understand what the power of the lightsaber is until he sees it in action. So can Yoda go long enough without almost like playing this card that he can get up close and then just slice?
I think Roku's probably first move is some sort of air blast or fire blast. Mm-hmm. And I think Yoda could duck in, get in close, and then fucking cut his arm off.
But then as soon as he cuts his arm off, he's just going to go Avatar state.
Yeah, the second his arm gets off, maybe Roku does win. Okay, I think Roku wins then. Legends Yoda?
That's a different story.
Legends Yoda just like crushes him with his mind like
Yoda
should.
Crush his organs in.
Yeah, it's absolutely
like Yoda should.
Like Yoda should.
K.O.
Let's break it up a little bit. Squirrel Girl versus One Punch Man.
Okay, Squirrel Girl versus One Punch Man.
I've been excited to talk about this.
I'm going to say this one. For the people at home who might not know, since Squirrel Girl's a little obscure, she has all the powers of a squirrel. And One Punch Man can beat anyone in one punch. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck? But Squirrel Girl's whole gimmick is she defeats overpowered characters off screen. She's beat Thanos, she's beat Ghost Rider, she's beat Spider-Man. They're both gimmick characters who beat strong characters in a funny way. I think the winner of this one is who's ever funnier.
Exactly. Because I actually had a discussion with...
it's just what trope beats the other trope.
I had a discussion with a friend who's a really big One Punch Man guy, and he was complaining about how everyone's always like, oh, Goku could beat One Punch Man, because the whole joke is that One Punch Man beats everyone, right?
Let's explain this right now, since One Punch Man comes up. When doing who would win in a fight, do we say who would win or who would win in a fight?
Both sound wrong.
Let's say who would win.
Both sound like there should be
When discussing which characters can kick each other's ass, there's always what the character should be and what the character is. One Punch Man is a great example. What he should do is beat every character in One Punch. But then what he kind of is shown to be in the show is just a really strong dude. So if we go purely by what he's shown to be in the show, Goku kicks his ass. But that defeats the whole purpose of One Punch Man, of a guy who beats characters like Goku and like Superman in One Punch. So he would beat Goku in One Punch. That's exactly what happened. Goku would be like, hey, let's fight. That would be it. Sorry about your mic.
I think it kind of comes down to the fundamental problem that I have with a lot of Who Would Wins, where it's like, yeah, it would be cool to see the Iron Giant versus fucking Captain Falcon, but I just want to make it clear, like, beforehand that we're not going to do this, like, oh, yes, but in Squirrel Girl beat Thanos, blah, 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 blah.
Yes, we're entirely unworthy of deciding who can win in a fight. We know absolutely jack shit.
But I'm just saying, like, in this particular Who Would Win...
Do not take what we say as fact, except for when it is fact, because we're right all the time. We've never been wrong about who would win in a fight.
Anytime.
And the character that wins is the better character, and that means their show is better.
And if you're mad at us...
tweet at us.
Harass us on Twitter.
Yes. Okay, but Squirrel Girl versus One Punch Man.
I can't wait to check the Twitter.
I think Squirrel Girl wins... because it's funnier for her to beat One Punch Man. Because One Punch Man is an overpowered character who beats other overpowered characters, but Squirrel Girl's whole joke is she's weak, but she beats overpowered characters.
Okay, here's
so it is funnier for her to win, therefore she beats One Punch Man. Off screen, by the way.
I was about to say, what it comes down to is, when does the cut happen? Because the joke with Squirrel Girl isn't that she beats the enemy, it's that they'll like, struggle to beat Thanos, there'll be a cut, it'll go like the B story, and then when it comes back, he's dead, and Squirrel Girl's there just like, yeah.
Yeah, like One Punch Man throws a punch, and then it cuts to, like, commercial, and then it comes back, and she's like, oh, that was easy. I can't do a girl voice.
Okay, so I think that we're both in pretty much agreement. Squirrel Girl versus One Punch Man. Squirrel Girl wins, because I think that's fucking hilarious.
Because it's funnier. If you have a problem with it, don't.
K.O.
Ozai versus Vader.
Ozai versus Vader. We just did it. This is canon Darth Vader. And not Sozin's Comet Ozai.
If you want to talk about, like, bullshit Legends characters, I could go on all day.
Darth Vader is the example of when you take a character and just twist it. Darth Vader has Dragon Ball Z levels of power escalation.
I think the problem with him also is that the comics and other media's favorite character to explore is Darth Vader.
What about when he plays chess with Luke Skywalker? That's an actual thing that happened. Not like with him, like he was the pieces.
What the fuck?
Have you not seen that comic book? There's a comic book where they play chess. Like he turns them He turns them into chess pieces and plays chess.
Canon?
It's not canon.
Okay, I thought you were saying it was canon. I was like, what the fuck?
It should be canon. I don't even think chess exists in Star Wars.
Disney isn't using the Legends material. We want our Legends
Kathleen
characters.
Kennedy, listen to the people. Have Darth Vader play chess.
First they get rid of. They don't want to do anything with the Old Republic. Then they don't get the fucking chess storyline.
Ozai versus Vader.
Okay, so
Vader. Next.
Honestly, Ozai kind of gets like beat the fuck up by a little baby who doesn't even master all the elements.
Okay, let's think of this one though. I think it's fair to say that Ozai is the strongest firebender in the whole series. And he's probably around the strength of Iroh. He's probably stronger than Iroh. But to scale him to Iroh is a good idea.
Because the problem with doing Ozai Who Would Wins is that
we barely see him. And
the one time that we do, he has a massive power boost.
Yeah, but he's a little stronger than Iroh.
Oh, after this we should do with Sozin's Comet.
No, I've already thought of that.
Did we?
I have.
Oh, well, I haven't.
Let's say so they're on.
He has experience with warm temperatures.
With being burned. I think Vader's fireproof to an extent. Like he's not extremely fireproof. If you put him in lava again, he'd probably melt.
If he loses like a leg, it's like.
But Vader can get hit with like some small fire blast and be totally fine. Be none the wiser.
Keep in mind that he doesn't have to worry about smoke inhalation or anything.
That too, and Ozai does have one thing that can instantly beat him though.
What?
He's lightning.
Oh yeah, lightning. I forgot.
But here's the thing.
Lightsaber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. if Ozai's first move is not going to be lightning, because he never, no firebender in all of Avatar. I think Azula does it once. Like lightning is never their first move.
He'd probably underestimate him too.
He'd probably underestimate. They'd probably both underestimate each other. Can force sensors sense power levels?
What do you mean? Just that like general power?
Can they be like, this guy's strong, like Goku can, or is that? I know they can sense. They can feel people's force.
They can feel other force users, but he's not a force user, so I mean. Well, how many midichlorians does he have?
All of them. But, like, I feel like Darth Vader's pretty fireproof.
Yeah. He'd get singed and stuff. But anyway.
I think he could take, like, a decent amount of fire and keep going. But let's say if Ozai's first move is lightning, Darth Vader can I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Darth Vader can react to it and block it. And then Ozai's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. Probably rush him with some fire shit. Darth Vader's going to force choke him and cut him in half. I don't see a world where Ozai wins unless he catches him off guard with lightning, which you're not going to catch Darth Vader off guard because it's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I think Ozai just doesn't win.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. I didn't know if you were done.
I'm always done.
You done?
You're done.
But, Ozai versus Vader. Let me think about this for a second. I think that...
Take your time. Please continue.
Oh, am I allowed to continue now, Anthony?
No. Move on. What's next? No, don't move on.
So, Ozai versus Vader. I think that Vader, like you said before, he's fireproof. He's got the Force. Once again, it's hard with Ozai since the only time I can think of him fighting is when he's got fucking Sozin's
Just think Iroh.
And Zuko can beat him.
Just like Iroh. Zuko can't beat Ozai.
I don't want to think of Darth Vader meeting Iroh, though.
I feel like they'd get along. I feel like Iroh would just bring out Anakin.
Vader would murder him.
No. Iroh would win. Iroh beats Vader.
Iroh wins in all of these because he just, like, makes it to where they don't fight anymore.
Exactly.
I actually think that... I wanted to, like, think of something that it could just be, like, actually, but no, I think base, no, like, Sozin's Comet, doesn't stand a chance against Vader. Now, can we do Sozin's Comet?
Is it Sozin's Comet versus Canon Vader?
This Sozin's Comet versus Canon Vader.
Okay. I honestly don't see a difference.
Why?
I think Vader's going to come out of the fight looking much worse, because he would probably get burned more, but I think Vader could still tank a lot of fire.
Ozai is, like, flying around. He like, comes close to defeating Aang. Okay, let's think about his destructive force real quick. The amount of fire that he can create when it's Sozin's Comet him.
He had that huge fire thing that, like, flattened the town.
I don't know if Vader stands the chance that you think he does, because he is kind of fireproof, but he's not that fireproof.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Ozai didn't, like, I don't think Ozai could do that massive fire thing in the middle of a fight.
I'm just saying he can fly, meaning he's got the high ground.
He could oh, fuck, you're right. I think flight... Vader throws his lightsaber.
It's the boomerang lightsaber from the video games.
He does in the movie. He doesn't Return of the Jedi. He doesn't pull it back, but he fucking
what I think about it all the time?
What do you think about all the time?
You know the remastered Obi-Wan fight where he, like, throws the lightsaber and then he, like, forces, like...
Yeah, it's cool as
shit.
shit.
To the side. That's really fucking cool. But anyway.
Why are there no scenes in the movies where they throw a double-bladed lightsaber?
Seems like a missed opportunity.
Doesn't fucking Pongrel do that?
I think in the TV show it happens.
But Pongrel's a bitch, so it doesn't matter.
I think, like, Maul had to have done that at some point in the Clone Wars or something, right?
Savage does it.
You're right.
And he cuts off, like, a whole room of people's heads. It's super cool.
Savage. That's such a... Why did they have to kill him?
I love him, but I'm just sad that, like, we can't see him in anything anymore.
I mean, maybe it's a good thing, so we don't just randomly see fucking Savage.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing.
Solo.
So he doesn't get... he doesn't get Darth Mauled.
Anyway. With Sozin's Comet, I think he stands on...
I think the thing that's important is his lightning is much stronger. So the question becomes, could Darth Vader still block it? Because if Darth Vader gets even a little bit of lightning, he's fucked.
Do we ever see...
And he
because Emperor...
He doesn't have the strength of his son's love to save him now.
If it's Darth Vader and Luke versus...
No, we're not doing that.
I think that Ozai might beat him if it's Sozin's Comet Ozai, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I think just overall, he would just overpower him with the pure amount of fire that he can create.
And then lightning. See,
paired with his lightning.
Ozai doesn't know that, but like Ozai shot a lot of fucking lightning in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that...
I think Sozin's Comet beats him. Alright, Legends Darth Vader. No, I'm kidding. He plays chess with him.
No, if now we know what would happen if Darth Vader versus Iroh.
They'd play...
Mm-hmm.
They play chess.
Well, no, they'd play, what's it called?
Shogi.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Shogi, that's from
Shogi.
Naruto.
That's from...
They play Pai Sho.
KO!
Alright, what's next?
Phineas and Ferb versus Timmy Turner.
Alright, you didn't write this down. They both have a day of prep time.
Did we say that? Why?
Yes.
Why?
Because Phineas and Ferb
yeah, Phineas
can't
and
build
Ferb.
anything.
I want to see Phineas and Ferb versus Kevin McAllister.
I will do that one sometime.
We'll do that at some point.
Okay, but hear me out.
If you like and subscribe, if you smash that subscribe button.
Hear me out. Phineas and Ferb might be universe level.
If given enough prep time.
I was thinking about this. What's the most bullshit thing they've invented? Just off the top of your dome.
I was thinking about that time that they accidentally created a time machine.
I think
they were repairing something and they just accidentally made a time machine.
Travel multiple times. Actually, fuck, they win with time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just go back in time and kill his parents.
Give me the bat Ferb.
I honestly don't...
It's like the
Ferb
end game thing where it's like, why would you go back to Thanos' baby in?
What are the time travel
Phineas
rules
and
in
Ferb?
Phineas and Ferb?
Do they have rules?
We also need to look up the rules for I almost said Peeves and Butthead. Timmy Turner.
Well, the thing is, Timmy Turner with the day of prep time literally has wishes.
What? How do I know there are limits on his wishes though?
The way that
Can he wish for power?
There's actually multiple episodes where he wishes himself to be there's one time he wishes for himself to be an adult. He wishes for himself to be like a superhero. So I don't think there's anything limiting him.
Can he be like, I want to be Dr. Manhattan?
I don't think there's any rule against it. Let me bring up a list of the rules real quick. He can't just win the fight since he can't just wish for someone to die.
Phineas and Ferb could probably make a wish machine.
They probably could. But they're so fucking insane.
I've thought about it.
So
I was thinking about this one today. There's no limit on what Phineas and Ferb can invent.
Godchild cannot wish to interfere with or create true love. Fairies cannot directly kill, maim, or injure living beings. But it can happen if done indirectly.
So he can't be like, I wish Ferb got fucking imploded.
Well,
I wish Ferb got imploded.
It's like the dragon. It's like the Dragon Ball PP thing where it's like, I wish for 1 billion scorpions to show up.
I was like, this Dragon Ball PP. Yeah, they can do it indirectly. So you could wish for a gun, and then shoot people with said gun.
If a child interferes with something or someone in a past month, it will alter the present and future, and they will be forbidden from returning to the same one. What does that mean?
Can you just banish people?
If kids happen to be dominant instead of adults, pixies can grant wishes instead of fairies.
How long is this list?
I don't know. I'm just going over and trying to see the important ones.
I think does he ever wish to be a superhero?
Yeah, in the Crimson Chin one, he wishes to be the Crimson Chin's sidekick, which is honestly pretty lame. Why not just wish to be the fucking Crimson Chin? And now that I think about it, it's like, okay, kid, you got infinite wishes. You can either be Batman or Robin. And he's like, I want to be Robin.
Make sure
give me the tights.
Make sure it's Tim Drake. Give me the tights. Do we want to just say that the strongest he can wish to be is the Crimson Chin?
Wait, this is hilarious.
What?
Magic cannot be used on invisible teachers, sleeping clowns, French New Wave filmmakers, and those who wear glasses as a fashion statement.
This is the kind of hard magic system I want. Those who wear glasses so fat.
No super wishes. What does that mean? Cannot wish for Christmas occurring every day. Oh, that one was made after he wished for that, apparently. No breakfast wishes after 10:30 a.m.
Wait, this is fun podcast time.
A godchild cannot wish for someone to be hit by a car. Oh no.
There goes all their power.
His plan's over. Okay. But he also has wishes, so he can just
Can't they just hypothetically make an anti-wish machine? There's literally no limit to what they can make.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Kevin McAllister with infinite prep time.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't need infinite prep time because they fucking
make
mech suits in a morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely out there.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think
it's tricky because it's essentially infinite like wishes with like vague or like very small rules versus.
I want to know how much power he can wish for.
If Phineas and Ferb make an anti-wish machine, then before they can even like put the time into creating it, Phineas can make an anti-wish machine force field, sort of thing. Like as long as it's an indirect killing of them, he can wish for it. So like he can wish for hypothetically, I guess he could wish for a gun that would kill Phineas and Ferb like instantaneously, and then just like hit the button.
No, I think that would count as killing someone directly.
In the show, like the way that they do it is like. Timmy Turner has gotten like huge like spaceships and shit, and he's like shot at people. It's essentially the problem with this Who Would Win is it's two kids on a playground going, oh yeah, I have a laser gun. Oh yeah, well I have a laser gun that deflects laser gun blasts.
Well, the trick is you gotta out-logic them.
And if it's like well established that Timmy is a moron,
That's true. Timmy's an idiot.
And Phineas and Ferb are actually incredibly intelligent. That's what it comes down to, isn't it?
What if they just like have no wishes and no inventions?
The whole premise of the show.
Fucking punching each other.
Well, that's done then because Phineas and Ferb, that's 2 against 1.
That's 2 against 1. Yeah, but
he's got a tooth.
That's awful to think about. Phineas pointy. Poke his eye out.
I think what it comes down to is Phineas and Ferb are actually like in any way smart. And the whole premise of the show is that Timmy is an idiot who doesn't think of the ramifications.
If they have prep time, Timmy's gonna spend it slacking and eating candy and doing shit like that and beating his meat. And Phineas and Ferb are gonna be doing their research and make
favorite Fairly Odd Parents episode by far.
They're gonna make their fucking Timmy killer. They're gonna make a fucking fairy godparent killer.
I think it's over. I think it's Phineas and Ferb win against Timmy Turner. Now, back to the no wishes.
No. Yeah, no wishes, no inventions, just punch up. I think Phineas and Ferb have the numbers advantage. Also, Ferb is fucking... Tooth. Isn't Ferb is a powerhouse in the fucking octagon.
But you know what we don't talk about?
What?
Haven't there been storylines where, like, Timmy has been trained in, like, combat for years, and then he's, like, turned back into a kid at the end or something, so he spent, like, 20 years in, like, a post-apocalyptic world?
I think that has happened.
And then comes back, so doesn't that mean he's got, like, years of dystopian combat training?
I'm pretty sure Ferb is... There's definitely an episode where Ferb kicks the shit out of someone.
I don't doubt it. For all intents and purposes, Phineas and Ferb win.
K.O.
Okay, now we got Jet vs. Jet. We have a lot of Avatar ones.
We do. I don't a lot of Cowboy Bebop ones.
It's true. We only had one other one.
People are gonna... Okay, Jet, as in Jet Black from Cowboy Bebop versus Jet from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the guy with the hook swords.
Yeah, I just realized something.
What?
You know how they made him a black guy in the live-action version?
Yeah.
They chose the guy whose name is Jet Black, really?
Okay, yeah.
Am I keeping that one in?
Does Jet have a gun?
I think this one is way easier than we thought, because he just has a gun on him. It's whatever he had on that day.
What day?
Like, just on a normal day. Like, Han Solo has his blaster on him. Spike has his gun.
Does Jet carry a gun?
I think so.
I don't think he does.
I'd be surprised if he didn't carry a gun. He's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, but he's normally, like, the intel guy.
I thought he had a holster. Like, on him at all times.
I'm gonna look up a picture of him to see if he has a gun. Entertain the viewers.
What do you call a snake with no teeth? A rake. What?
Jet, Cowboy Bebop.
You ever think about your own existence?
No.
How we're all doomed to just...
He has a robot arm.
Really? Whoa, what?
He does not carry...
Was this in a spin-off comic?
He does not have a holster on him or anywhere to carry a gun.
But does he have a... I swear to God he has a gun.
I don't think he does. If he has a gun...
He's a bounty hunter. How does he not have a gun on him?
He's the mechanic.
Would you, like, flick his cigarette at him?
I think Jet wins.
I agree.
Dude, just move on.
End it there.
No, I think Jet from Avatar wins.
Why?
Hear me out.
No.
Okay. He's walking away.
Continue.
He's back now. I think if Jet has a gun, it's over. But I don't think he carries a gun.
That's so terrible.
Have
though.
we ever seen him?
Just like a child with like 2 hooks in front of him, like
bang.
It's the Indiana Jones scene where he's like.
Does he ever use that gun? He uses a gun when he's a cop, but a cab.
Whenever he has like a spotlight episode or something, he has a gun on him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he doesn't usually have a gun. Usually he's just like in there with a fucking like walkie-talkie, like, "Hey Spike, don't be a reckless dick," and Spike's like, "I'll be a reckless dick.
You're not my real dad."
That's exactly how it goes. One eye sees the past, the other one sees your mom.
Fuck. Okay, what?
I think if he has a gun, he just shoots when it's over. So I don't think he has a gun.
Jet wins. Okay.
I think Jet with the 2 swords wins because what the fuck is Jet Black gonna do?
He's got a robot arm. He can block it with his robot arm.
He swings one sword, blocks it with his arm. He's got 2 swords.
I think he's got more combat experience, though.
Does he, though?
Jet Black, yeah.
Not think so. Yeah, combat with a gun.
He's substantially older, and he's, like, spent years as a cop. Jet's, like, 12.
I'm pretty sure he's 15, and he spent his entire...
Oh, 15-year-old, my bad.
He kicks the shit out of... He fights... Okay, he goes hand-in-hand with Zuko in a sword fight. And Zuko's probably the 2nd best sword fighter in the whole series.
Well, it's not really a fair fight, though. Doesn't he, like, kick the shit out of him?
Who does?
Zuko.
No,
I remember it not even
they go
fair.
even until the Dai Li show up. Zuko wasn't using firebending.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Zuko's still a very competent sword fighter. Mm-hmm. And they go even. Jet is a great sword fighter. Probably the 3rd best.
Okay, let's clarify when we say the Jets, because it's going to get very confusing in, like, an audio
I like Jet, but I don't really like Jet, so I think Jet wins.
I think Jet wins, too, because Jet's just better than the other Jet.
Yeah. Next.
Honestly, if we just left it there, it'd be hilarious.
I think Jet from Avatar wins.
Okay, if Jet Black has his gun...
Then yes, he wins. I don't think it's out of the question to say he wins in the hand-to-hand combat situation, but the guy's got 2 swords and has been fighting his entire life.
I feel like later we're gonna rewatch Cowboy Bebop and be like, "Oh, we were wrong."
Yeah, people. We're gonna make our Twitter. Just if we miss something about a character or you want to call us idiots, remember we're correct, so don't bother. Just tell us if we miss something about a character, or if you have a suggestion.
If we get it incredibly wrong, maybe we'll redo it or something. We'd only redo it if we completely disagree with the evidence.
But we're always right, so
yeah. So it's not gonna happen.
I think Jet wins.
Ding ding.
Jet with the 2 swords. I think he wins.
I agree. You've convinced me.
KO!
Okay. This is the final one we're going to be doing, and I've been really excited for this one.
Wait, let me guess.
No. I want the audience to be surprised.
Can I see the list?
Lord of the Rings army versus dump truck. Here's the list.
Okay. So, we're talking like one of those big Tonka truck looking ass dump trucks.
Like a big one. The
biggest one that you could think of versus army from Lord of the Rings. Question.
Mm-hmm.
What army? You know Lord of the Rings better than me. What army? I think a good guy army. Because I think if they have elephants, it's over.
Mm-hmm. But which good guy army are we going to go with?
Just a generic good guy army of elves, humans, and dwarves.
Well, normally they have their own armies. They're not usually...
But yeah, but it's a good guy army.
Like Gondor, Rohan... I'm going to get Ethan.
That's the JoJo character.
Yeah.
Okay, Rohan?
Yeah, we're going with Rohan.
I'm team dump truck.
1 second. This will hurt the flow of our conversation. We're just going to do this real quick.
How big is the army in square footage?
Okay, so I think we're going to go with the army of Rohan for this particular one.
Which one's that one again? What movie is it from?
Imagine the most generic, like, good guy.
I know, but
they're in armor, they got, like, swords and spears and shields.
I want more specifics.
1 second, I don't want
How
to.
big is it, dump truck?
Let's get the exact model and brand of dump truck.
Tonka. I'm just looking up dump trucks.
Yeah, actually, just get a brand so like we can look up things.
Explain to me more about Rohan.
Honestly, they're like the basic like human army. They've got like metal armor. They've got swords,
what movie are they
shields. From? What do you mean? I think they're from like multiple movies. So
this isn't the dump. There we go. All right, this is someone standing next to it for scale, so I think that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
It's about like 4 people tall, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. I think it also comes down to the driver. How competent are they? Like, are they like?
They're the best driver.
I think they should just be like an average guy driving a dump truck.
No, it's Vin Diesel from Fast and Furious.
So then now it just becomes Vin Diesel in a car versus
yes,
a Lord
it's
of the
Vin
Rings
Diesel
army.
in a fucking dump truck versus
Monster truck would have also been pretty interesting for this.
I think that would lose. How many people are in the army of Rohan?
Fucking no. The problem is that, like, in the movie itself, it's never, like, specified, oh, there's 16 billion people in this army or something like that.
Are they in a football field?
Yeah, they're squished in.
No, they're not in a football field.
I think they should be on they should be on a battlefield in Lord of the Rings.
No, it's home field advantage. They're just on a really big football field.
3 football fields.
In the
4 shows, so it can be like a cube. Not a cube.
17
square. 17 what?
Football fields. There are 12,000 people in the army of Rohan.
That's good. Wow. Okay.
Also, they're all on horses. Well, not all, but it's a big cavalry
people
thing.
On horses. That's what he was saying. That's what our expert Ethan was saying earlier, that they have cavalry.
Is this not about Army of Rohan?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like Lord of the Rings armies.
Yeah, they fuck up the dump truck. No, I don't know. Okay.
I think they do. I'm team army on this one.
How many people do you have to run over before your dump truck stops working?
Before they're like clogging the wheel.
Exactly. In my opinion, if they start here, like they're over the, I like how I say here for
on
an audio podcast. If they're on like one side of a big field and the dump truck's on the other side, what can they do to the dump truck? That's my question.
The reason that I think that the army would win is because this is a bit of a, like, it's misstated a bit. It's not Lord of the Rings army versus dump truck. It's them versus the driver. Because unless they, like, hit the fuel or something like that, or they, like, pop the tires, which is also a large possibility.
No, that's not going to happen. Those tires are dense as fuck. Do you see how big those tires are?
Let me just continue.
It's thicker than a person.
What I'm saying is, like
a big person, like me.
If they can climb up onto there and they can, like, bash the window in or something, or get in, like, somehow, and kill the driver, then it's over.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Is the dump truck full? If the dump truck's got, like, sand?
No, it's empty so that they can put all the corpses in afterward.
I don't think they could break into the dump truck, especially if it's going. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's gonna stop from running over a couple horses and people. Jesus.
The back is empty because they want to bring it back to the glue factory.
I think it could just keep going. I don't see it stopping.
Can I see the picture again of the dump truck we're using?
It's a big one.
Maybe we'll put it on Twitter or something.
Yes, we'll post a picture of the dump truck. This is a picture.
I thought it was a different one that we're using.
No, that's just a different picture.
Oh, give me the exact picture we were using before.
Okay, let me find it. What are these called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, can I see that again?
That's a person's for scale. Banana.
I know.
Banana for scale.
Where's the driver?
They sit in, this picture doesn't show where the driver sits. This is a better picture. They sit up there. There's a ladder to get in there.
That's what I'm saying. This is over then. Because if any of them get up there and just, like, take out their sword, just the driver,
I don't think, how thick is the window? It's probably ballistics.
Oh, I thought they were just standing up there, like, driving. There's a window?
Yeah.
Let me see again. Oh, I see it. That's better angle.
There's probably a ballistic window. Or at least bulletproof.
What I'm imagining is that they're all, like, hanging onto the dump truck for dear life, just continuously slamming
it with, fast are dump trucks?
Shields. It's slow.
How fast?
I swear we came prepared. You know, we always do research beforehand.
What the fuck do you call those giant dump trucks? People at home, what do you call those giant dump trucks? Let us know in the comments.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.
I don't think they can get onto the truck.
I disagree.
If it's going... How fast are construction dump trucks?
Just, like, get the brand or whatever, the one that we saw in the picture, and then just, like, see how fast it can go. You're an idiot. You don't know how to do research.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic. Why are you making me type?
He's dyslexic, by the way. That's his thing.
By the way.
The average speed of trucks on selected interstate highways...
These aren't interstate... These things are bigger than highways.
Mm-hmm. It's between 50 and 60 miles per hour. The average operating speed of trucks is typically below 55 miles per hour.
Yeah, but those are, like, much smaller trucks.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's them when they're, like, the small ones.
Those are, like, yeah.
This is the big ones. They're probably going to go substantially slower.
I'd assume they'd go faster.
No, because you have more like weight and stuff.
But
to
you have
throw
a
around.
fucking humongous engine.
But you also have more to move.
That's not how cars work, Will.
I think that's how physics work. If you have a larger thing you have to move, there's the more power.
Force equals mass times acceleration, and this thing's got mass.
Yeah, when it gets going, but the thing is you got to get it going. If you like push something heavy down a hill.
All I'm saying, if this thing's going 30 miles an hour, it's not going to stop from running over a bunch of people.
Well, yeah, because like that's the same school bus thing where it's like, you know.
So my thing's, if this thing...
a school bus.
What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck was that? If this thing's going at least 40 miles an hour or even 50, it's not going to stop, and it's probably going to clear through the army.
What I mean is that like even one person at the side was able to like grab on.
That's not going to happen, though.
Why?
Where are you going to grab?
The ladder that's there.
Okay, it will. I'm going to have a ladder come at you at 50 miles an hour. Yeah, let's see if you can grab onto it without exploding.
I will, but I'll be like flying off to the side.
No, okay, the ladder's in the front. They get on the ladder.
Oh, I thought it was at the side.
No, it's in the front.
That's hilarious.
I think they just get run over. Also, it's tall. You probably have to jump a decent height to get to the ladder. Because usually you have to get a ladder.
Easy. You do a Yoshi jump with your horse.
Oh, absolutely. That's dark, man. I think they just get run over. I don't see a world where they win.
Is there any way they can get up there? Oh, easy. They call the Hawks. They call the Eagles.
Does the truck run out of gas?
How long does it take to get through the whole army until it's out of gas?
The picture I saw was huge.
What's the fuel mileage on those things?
Not good. What do you call those massive dump trucks?
What I was thinking more also, here's another thing how they can get on.
What?
That you didn't consider.
What?
The thing about that dump truck is I'm sure it can go like pretty fast and like have a lot of force in one direction, but what happens when it's forced to turn?
They have shitty turn radius.
Exactly. They can easily like get up there, start climbing up. You got a whole like at least 10 people in the time it takes for you to turn going up.
But it doesn't turn slower. According to Urban Dictionary, they're called booties. It's a haul truck.
Wait, what's called booties?
Dump truck. They're booties. It's a haul truck. That's what it's called.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. There's the whole thing where it's like fat dump truck.
Haul truck. Okay. Haul truck. They go 55 miles an hour.
What do?
Haul trucks, which is the truck we're talking about. There's no way no one's jumping on that thing.
What about when it has to turn?
It's not going to slow down to turn that much.
If it wants to, like, fall over, it does.
It doesn't need... Okay, but, like... Okay. Big army. Go all the way down... Then just turn and go through another row of people.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking about is if say
it's fucking mowing. It's gonna be mowing the lawn, just back and forth.
Exactly, I got you. When you're mowing the lawn, right? You get like a line of that grass, but then right off to the side, there's even more grass as you're turning.
Just go in a big circle, and just get slowly tighter.
But then wouldn't they just like go off to the side?
I don't think you fucking understand how turning works. It's scary that you have a permit.
No, Anthony. The reason that I brought up school buses before is, you know how it takes a school bus like a long time to turn? Same with trucks and stuff like that?
Yeah. But they're much lower and wider than school buses.
But the thing is, regardless of that, it's still like a wide thing that has to turn. It's still like look at that again. You keep talking about how it's over because of how large it is. I think that's one of the reasons. That's one of the downsides.
That's not. I don't think you understand how turning works.
You have to, Anthony.
It doesn't have to take a tight turn.
Anthony, I know that you really like going all in when you do things with your car and don't like to when you hit the brake, you put all the way in. But when you turn, you're not supposed to still be going at full speed.
I get about 2,000 miles per hour.
You know, you take your foot off the gas. You know, maybe you lightly press the brake.
They don't have to like do a tight turn.
But they have a limited amount of space. This isn't like a big field.
Yes, it is. You just said it was a big field.
No, but I'm saying eventually, like when you're mowing the grass, you get to the end of the lawn, and then you gotta turn.
We just said this is like a no-rom situation. I think it should be a no-rom situation.
We never said it was a no-rom situation. We said it was a football field.
No, we said it was a big field.
I thought we said it was like 3 football fields or something like that.
That's not enough people to fit all of Ron.
If they're packed in like sardines.
They'd be stacked on top of each other. And then the dump truck would just kill all of them. Like, literally, it could just run down... It could just, like, run down a row of people and then just take a big turn. Also, it's faster than everyone.
But that's my point still. Like once we get back to my grass example.
It could take a big turn away from everyone.
Back to my grass example.
You're an idiot.
Back to my grass example. When you, like, go to the end of the lawn and you turn, there's always grass right there waiting for you. And in the time it takes to turn, you could grab onto that ladder and get on the truck.
No.
Why not?
Because it's going 50 miles an hour.
Not when it turns.
Okay, then it's going 45 miles an hour. Or 40 miles
Well,
an
actually,
hour.
with something that large. But I get your point still.
Also, it can turn away from everyone else. You can just go in a straight... The person driving it, I assume it's a he because I'm sexist. You can go in a straight line.
Honestly, I'm imagining like a stereotypical like dump truck guy who's got
he's like it's very bumpy roads. No, it just goes like straight through.
It's like a Mr. Magoo situation. No, Mr. Magoo's driving. He doesn't realize he's killing all these people. He just like right above the dash. Like roads are getting pretty bumpy.
Yeah, it's like he just goes straight through, kills it, like clears a row of people.
Oh, Mr. Magoo.
Then just keeps going a little bit, hooks a turn. And remember, everyone's got to turn around to see it. Then by the time they turn around, there's a dump truck in your face. And then he just clears another row of people.
Yeah, but if there's a limited space, like we were saying before, with like it's in an enclosed area, you can't like, if you're mowing your lawn, you can't like go.
How big is this enclosed area, though?
That's what we got to
Because all of Rohan was huge. That was like a mile long of people. Even more. I just think a no-run situation is the most fair thing to do.
What I was saying is, in that case, like, if it's an enclosed space, then you can't do that, because, like...
I just don't see why
when you're mowing the lawn, you can go into the street and then turn or something like
exactly.
that.
Exactly. It goes into the street.
Wait. You can't do that if it's an enclosed area, if there's a fence there.
Go to the fence. Yeah, but see, that just all depends on how big the enclosed area is.
I like how our descriptions of this have just come down to mowing the fucking lawn.
Exactly! It's gonna be like mowing the lawn! It's actually probably an accurate size comparison.
You know the whole, like, human chess thing?
What?
You never heard about that, where it's, like, human chessboard where they'll, like, pay actors to, like,
yeah,
do
I've
the
done
pieces?
that.
You have? Have you been the actor?
I was an actor. I played a knight. We did it at Boy Scout camp like 4 years ago.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
It was pretty fun.
I think it'd be more fun to be the guy who has to direct the pieces, but...
I did that too.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, it's really lame if you're just the piece. It's like the power trip.
Alright, yeah. I think the dump truck just runs them over. I don't see any situation where they win.
I don't think you're considering the Yoshi jumps off the horse.
There's that, but like...
You know, you get like the Minecraft full
if it's a construction truck, the guy probably has a toolbox with like a big wrench.
Okay, that's going a bit too far.
No, it's not. They jump in.
It's Mr. Magoo. He doesn't realize it's happening.
Mr. Magoo is God. I don't even know who Mr. Magoo is.
He's like the old guy who's like blind, and the joke in all his cartoons is that he's like hitting people with his cane and doesn't realize it.
No, but like seriously, he fucking mows the lawn with Rohan. They have no powerful damaging. I
still think that they could get onto the truck.
I don't think they could break the glass.
How long do you think it would take to break the glass? It has to break eventually.
I think the sword breaks before the glass.
What about their fists and their shield?
Then your hand's gonna break and your fucking shield's
I don't
gonna
think
break.
the shield breaks before their glass.
Absolutely. It's a wooden it's a fucking wooden circle, Will.
Their shields aren't made of wood. Their shields are like...
Their shields are
metal,
wood.
I thought.
No, they were the wooden square swords.
I'd have to look at the thing again. I thought that, like, Roland...
Also, they were a cavalry, so they had spears. Mm-hmm. Meaning you hit the spear, and then your spear snaps. I'm telling you, this probably has, like, fucking, like, 4 inches of ballistic glass.
Okay. But are we going by the manga, Rohan?
Okay, now you're just pulling out the jokes.
No, I was originally gonna do the manga, like, dump truck, but I couldn't stop thinking of, like, the like... What's it called? In Dungeons and Daddies, like, the Toyota or whatever they have, what's it called again?
Odyssey-san?
Odyssey-san. I kept thinking about, like, an anime girl, like, a waifu dump truck. Now we know why dump truck means booty.
Now we know what my waifu is. Dump truck Chan.
If we ever get merch, we gotta do a body pillow, but it's dump truck Chan.
It's just a dump truck with a skirt. Alright, I think the dump truck clears them.
I don't know. Can I see the picture of the dump truck again?
No.
Okay, dump truck. Just let me see the picture.
I think the dump truck destroys them. Also, we've just been going back and forth way too long. For the sake of the podcast, end it, Will.
Never. I go for the truth, Anthony,
this is
unlike you.
A dump truck compared to a car. And you see the ladders on the front.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you can jump on that even if it's going 30 miles an hour.
Let's go get the car and see how fast 30 miles per hour is.
No!
I can jump. I got it. You drive your car at me at 30 miles per hour now. See if I can jump onto the hood.
These things are humongous, Will.
I think that I would definitely like to revisit this if someone did it in
the comments. We can revisit... If someone can give us more accurate stats of a dump truck and Rohan, then 100% we will revisit this. But I think as of right now, Dump Truck wins.
I don't want to agree with you on Dump Truck because I still think Rohan has a chance.
She is best girl.
Dump Truck Sean.
I spilled my oil.
Oh no! The gas money.
Oh no!
KO!
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter. What's the Twitter?
At Saturday Morning Smackdown.
At Saturday Morning Smackdown. Thank you for watching. I'm Anthony Rota. This is my co-host William Dorsey. Thank you for watching.
You gotta be really obnoxious about liking and
for
subscribing. You gotta be really obnoxious
Hit the
about
bell
to
icon.
like and subscribe.
Hit the bell icon. Subscribe, comment to win gift card.
Give us money.
Give us money on Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon, but give us.
Just give us money in general. Just mail us
William
money.
Dorsey's address is sit. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
Have you ever heard the fan theory that the reason that they use blasters in Star Wars is because they're not fatal?
Have you ever heard the fan theory that Han Solo was asleep the whole time and it's actually his dream?